This last idea is to use a line of fit to model data. So the first step is to make a scatter plot of data, decide whether the data can be modeled by a line. Draw a line that appears to fit the data closely. There should be approximately as many points above the line as below it. And write an equation using 2 points on the line. The points do not have to represent an actual data pair, but they must lie in the line of fit. In other words, you're going to get this scattered kind of graph that you're going to create, the line, and you're going to try to determine a line that would fit that data the best. And then write it as a y equals mx plus b. Write it as a line, as an equation. So let's look at an example here. The table shows the weekly sales of a DVD and the number of weeks since its release. Write an equation that models the DVD sales as a function of the number of weeks since its release. Interpret the slope and y-intercept of the line of fit. Now, these take a little bit of time. The first thing you want to do is you need to plot all these ordered pairs. So if we look at the first ordered pair, if x was 1, y would be 19. If x were 2, y would be 15. So luckily we already have that done for us. If x is 1, y is 19. If x were 2, y is 15. And then of course we would need to do all of these. Now we can see there's a negative correlation, but that's not what it's asking us to do. After we make our scatter plot of data, we need to decide whether the data can be modeled by a line. Because the scatter plot shows a negative correlation, you can fit a line into the data. So in other words, try to draw a line. It doesn't have to hit each point, but it has to be represented overall by these points. So we're going to draw the line with a best fit, or draw a line that it appears to fit the data closely. And here's that line. Notice that there's some under it, there's some above it, but it's kind of in the middle. It's generally representing that equation. Now once you have your line, you can choose any 2 points on the line to find your slope. So we're going to use 5 and 10 and 6 and 8 this time, because they're definitely on that line. And we just do our normal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equals m. We find out the slope is a negative 2. Once we know the slope is negative 2, we'll use the point slope equation. Remember, to use the point slope equation, all you need is the slope and 1 point. We have 2 points to choose from. Actually, we probably have more, but it looks like we're going to go with 6 and 8 this time. So use the point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity of x minus x1. And substitute these numbers in. We know what the m is going to be a negative 2, and we chose 6 and 8 to be our x6 and our y8. So let's see what happens. We substitute those in. Then you get the answer in 2 moves. You just distribute this negative 2 and add 8 to both sides, and there it is. So we started with up here with a bunch of ordered pairs. We saw that it could be a line. From there, we drew the best line of best fit. From there, we took 2 ordered pairs and used the definition of slope to find the slope. And once we found the slope, we chose the slope in any ordered pair to turn it into the equation of a line.